They won't believe in you, and they shouldn't. Let that truth strike your pride like a hammer upon an anvil. In this world, this cold, mechanical world, belief is earned, not gifted. The age of handouts is a sickness, not a salvation. You think you're entitled to trust, support, applause? For what? A vision with no results? A whisper of potential with no steel beneath it? I've watched men choke on dreams softer than soot. In my day, no one believed a poor Scottish boy would amount to more than a factory hand. I had no inheritance but hunger, no patron but time. But let me be clear, I never demanded belief. I built it, brick by agonizing brick, inside the blast furnace of doubt. You must learn to do the same. The modern world is overflowing with boys dressing as men, clinging to praise like it's oxygen. They post, they boast, they whimper for followers. But true belief, true respect, is reserved for victors, not dreamers. You are not owed an audience. You are not owed loyalty. You are not even owed acknowledgement. Your ideas, your ambitions, your so-called grind, none of it matters until you show results. Until you turn raw ore into rails. Until you take the molten chaos of your life and forge it into function, into power, into wealth, spiritual, physical, financial. Let them doubt you. Let them mock you. Their disbelief is a gift. It keeps you sharp. It reminds you that faith without evidence is fantasy. This is not a fairy tale. This is a furnace. And you, if you are worthy, must become steel. Discipline is the heat. Routine is the hammer. Repetition is the mold. I built my fortune by stacking one disciplined day atop the next until the weight of my results became undeniable. You must do the same in this era of algorithmic decay and digital delusion. While modern men are drunk on dopamine, I command you to sober up, rise before the sun. Work while others distract themselves to death. Refuse comfort. Burn your excuses for fuel. In a world where everyone seeks balance, I sought dominance. Where others want self-care, I practiced self-mastery. There is no room for softness in the making of an empire. Remember this? You will not be applauded for trying. You will be ridiculed for daring. And only once you win, once you deliver, will the world begin to whisper your name with reverence. Until then, you are no one, and that is exactly what should drive you. I have seen the soul of a man, and it is revealed not in his prayers, but in his labor. In this age of distraction, work has become a curse word. They mock it. They flee from it. They drown it in lattes and podcasts and meaningless meetings. They dream of freedom without effort, riches without risk, purpose without pain. It is a sickness of spirit, a dilution of manhood. Let me tell you something eternal. Work is not punishment. Work is the altar upon which greatness is forged. I rose not because I was lucky. I rose because I worshiped work the way priests worship God, with reverence, consistency, and sacrifice. While others slept, I studied. While others drank, I disciplined. I poured my soul into the enterprise of becoming indispensable. And slowly, piece by piece, the world could no longer ignore me. Today's man is drowning in abundance, yet starved of fulfillment. He has access to everything, but mastery of nothing. He swipes through knowledge and produces none. He consumes more in a day than a man of my century did in a month. And yet he grows weaker, slower, more confused. Why? Because he does not work. He believes life is about doing what you love. Fools. Life is about learning to love what you must do. I did not love counting freight wagons at midnight. I did not love grinding my fingers raw, handling telegraph wires. But I loved what it made of me. Every miserable task was a brick. Every brutal shift was a step. I constructed the foundation of an empire one ugly hour at a time. You must do the same. The modern economy is no longer powered by coal, but by attention. Yet attention is scattered, soft, and sedated. The man who can control his focus today, who can lock his mind onto a single difficult task for hours, days, years, that man is the new baron. Not of steel, perhaps, but of power, of command. Let others multitask themselves into mediocrity. You, my friend, must concentrate. Shut the world out. Kill the noise. Choose one aim and strike at it with the precision of a forge hammer. Daily, without fail, without compromise. This is not glamorous. That is why it works. The Instagram entrepreneurs will never understand it. They chase virality, but you must chase victory. And victory demands toil, sweat, isolation, rejection, pain. These are not obstacles. They are the toll. You are not building a business. You are not building a body. You are building a man. And a man is not born in comfort. He is forged in fire. So embrace the labor. Worship the process. Your discipline is your divinity. And if you are patient, if you endure the grind while others run to pleasure, the world will bend to your will. But not yet. Not until you win. Comfort is the silent killer of men. It does not strike like a sword. It seeps in like rust, slowly, quietly, irreversibly. The bed too warm, the food too rich, the schedule too easy, the phone too close. And before he knows it, the man is no longer a man, but a tamed animal, obedient to every urge, dependent on every convenience. I speak to you now from a place of fire and memory. I built steel empires, yes, but only because I built myself first. And I did not build that self in comfort. I slept short. I worked long. I endured mockery, fatigue, solitude, and I welcomed it because I knew the truth. The soul must suffer if it is to be sharpened. Today, men confuse comfort for success. They chase soft pleasures, instant rewards, applause from strangers they'll never meet. They decorate their cages and call it freedom. But comfort never made a conqueror. Comfort never wrote a constitution. Comfort never broke rock, or laid rail, or carved out empires from wilderness. You cannot be free while being ruled by your feelings. You cannot be strong while obeying every hunger. You cannot be great if you are always comfortable. The body grows through strain. The mind grows through hardship. The soul grows through resistance. And yet, every modern voice whispers, take it easy. Be kind to yourself. You've earned a break. A break from what? From the life you were meant to build? From the man you were meant to become? Fools, the strongest steel is not made in lukewarm water. It is pulled from fire, bent on the anvil, beaten into shape with brutal precision. You must do the same to yourself, or life will do it for you. Your days should be structured like a factory. No wasted motion, no idle thinking, no softness. Wake early, move with urgency, read with hunger, think with intensity, speak with clarity, execute with violence. Leave softness to the masses. Leave indulgence to the weak. You are forging, not floating. They will call you extreme. Let them. Mediocrity mocks discipline because it reveals their own decay. But in time, when your results outshine their noise, they will remember your name, not with love, with awe. Every comfort you delay, every desire you master, every luxury you postpone, these are the bricks of your fortress. Let them pile high. Let them rise strong, until no distraction can reach you, until no opinion can move you, until the world itself must step aside and let you pass. You were not born for ease. You were born for war, the daily war against the lesser version of yourself. And no one will believe in your discipline. Not yet. Not until you win. You think you need more resources, more time, more capital, more connections. No, what you need is control. Not over others, over yourself. The greatest empire ever built is not made of steel, stone, or stock. It is the empire of self-mastery. He who governs his appetites, who commands his thoughts, who bends his body and spirit into obedience, that man rules a kingdom no external force can conquer. I have known men with education and influence, ruined by their own impulses. I have seen brilliance destroyed by vice. Talent without discipline is waste. Intelligence without restraint is chaos. And opportunity without character is a trap. In my time, I mastered the telegraph before I mastered business. But more important, I mastered temperance before I mastered men. While others spent their wages in taverns, I saved mine. While they slept late, I read late. While they pursued pleasure, I pursued power. But not the power over others, the power over self. That is the origin of all greatness. Look around you today. The modern world sells slavery in the name of freedom. It sells convenience as progress. It feeds addictions and calls it choice. Every click, every scroll, every algorithm is a chain. And most men are too blind or too weak to break them. They gorge on entertainment and wonder why their minds are dull. They drown in indulgence and wonder why their bodies are soft. They seek success without structure. But success without structure is collapse delayed. If your mornings are dictated by a screen, you are not free. If your habits are dictated by craving, you are not a man. You are a machine operated by someone else. Your liberation begins the moment you say, "No more." You must become sovereign, not in politics, in discipline. Your word must become law. Your routines must become non-negotiable. Your mission must override emotion. Feel tired? Good. Do it anyway. Feel discouraged? All the better. Let that forge your fortitude. Do not chase motivation. Build systems. Do not seek approval. Seek advancement. Do not beg for opportunity. Create it. Wake with purpose. Move with order. Decide once, and then obey yourself completely. That is the iron core of a winning man. When others delay, you begin. When others doubt, you decide. When others sleep, you strike. And still, they will not believe in you. They will not cheer. They will not support. They will not see the changes in your routine, in your thoughts, in your will. But results are patient. They arrive slowly, and then suddenly. And when they arrive, they roar. Until then, remain silent. Remain sharp. Remain unshakable. Not until you win. Let me speak to you plainly now, without comfort, without pretense. No one will believe in your greatness until it becomes impossible to deny. You may speak eloquently. You may plan boldly. You may envision a future that burns with clarity in your mind. But none of it matters, not until it manifests in results. Tangible, measurable, undeniable. That is the iron law of the world. You are what you produce. Men talk. The weak speak in dreams. The strong speak in outcomes. I never had to convince anyone to believe in me. I built what they could not ignore. Railroads, bridges, factories, fortunes. When your work speaks louder than your words, the world listens, whether it likes you or not. This age, 2025, is addicted to performance without consequence. Men perform online. They posture. They role-play success. They dress the part of victors without paying the price. And for a moment, they may be fooled. But time reveals all. The frauds fall, the flashes fade, and only the builders, the doers, remain. There is a graveyard of potential in this world, and it is filled with men who never finished what they started. Men who talked about doing, planned about doing, waited to do, and never did. They expected belief before building. They expected trust before triumph, and they died waiting. Do not join them. You must hold your vision alone. Carry it like a steel beam on your back. without applause, without affirmation, without even a whisper of encouragement. Build in silence. Work like a ghost. Hammer your results into shape behind closed doors until the doors burst open from the pressure of your effort. And when your time comes, when the product is perfect, the business unbreakable, the mind indomitable, do not beg for their belief. Force it upon them by your presence, by your precision, by your performance. And they will say, "He came out of nowhere." No, you came from the shadows, from the sleepless nights, from the cold mornings, from the hours they were too soft to endure. You earned every ounce of belief they now pretend they always had. Understand this. The world rewards proof, not promise. You must become a man whose existence proves discipline, whose presence proves value, whose results prove every sacrifice was correct. That is the only language this world respects. Not emotion, not potential. Proof. The day will come when they can no longer doubt you. Not because they changed, because you did. Because your discipline became results. Because your obscurity became impact. Because your scars became strength. Until that day, expect nothing. Demand nothing. Do the work. Build the proof. Win so convincingly that their disbelief turns to silence. And when they finally believe in you, it won't matter, because by then, you won't need them.